Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner's social media photos featuring Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been quietly removed.
We say quietly deleted, but the world is talking about it. What's going on?
The morning show is...
With Harry and got her picture taken. And I'm just going to be honest, she didn't look good in either.
The whole Hollywood gossip universe practically exploded when fans caught something so bizarre that even longtime royal watchers didn't know how to process it. Like overnight, literally within 24 hours of Kris Jenner's massive, star-packed 70th birthday bash, the photos of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle mysteriously vanished from Kim Kardashian's and Kris Jenner's Instagram accounts, not archived quietly, not blurred, not hidden. No, just scrubbed completely clean like they had never existed or stepped a single designer shoe inside that James Bond-themed mansion party. And what makes it crazier?
Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian delete the photos of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Harry and Meghan attended
Every other celeb who attended was still proudly displayed across the Kardashian social empire. Their glamorous photos, their outfits, their poses, untouched but Harry and Meghan, deleted with surgical precision. And insiders are saying this wasn't a little oopsie or some weird tech glitch. Nope. This was full-blown Hollywood damage control, the kind that usually happens only when something has gone painfully, horribly wrong. And honestly, their brand? People are whispering that it's hanging by a thread because that deleted photo? Oh wow, Harry looked rough, like very rough, disheveled, exhausted, not the polished military prince everyone once knew.
Where the As Ever founder flashes a big smile as she places her hand on Jenner's back. However, the photos with the...
And Meghan? She was awkwardly wedged next to Kim Kardashian in what sources are now calling the most uncomfortable celebrity interaction of the entire year. But the real kicker here is the timing. The timing is what made this whole situation go nuclear. Because while Harry was clinking glasses at a Hollywood mansion, taking photos, and partying like he had no worries in the world, his brother Prince William and father King Charles were back home in Britain attending Remembrance Day ceremonies, one of the most solemn, sacred royal moments of the year. The contrast was brutal, it was humiliating, and people noticed.
Media is buzzing after some star-studded photos mysteriously disappeared from Instagram. And they involved none other than...
But here's where things get insane, like Hollywood-level messy, because the truth is, no one even knew who invited them. It wasn't clear, it wasn't obvious, it wasn't planned. The couple just appeared at Jeff Bezos's $175 million Beverly Hills mansion like surprise guests at the most exclusive event of the decade, and the setting? Let's just say it was a night so ultra-lavish people are still talking about it. The whole mansion was transformed into a full James Bond fantasy. Casino tables, flowing martinis, security everywhere, Bruno Mars performing for millions, A-listers gliding through VIP entrances like royalty. Beyoncé arrived silently through a private entrance. Paris Hilton posed like she owned the place.
Everything you need to know about the photos of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday that were deleted by Kris.
Every square inch of the mansion was dripping in money, Bond-themed decor, catering that cost more than most people make in a year. The kind of night where status isn't implied, it's displayed like a crown. But then comes the twist that people still can't stop laughing about. While real A-listers were let in through private entrances, Harry and Meghan weren't. They had to walk past the paparazzi outside like they weren't quite sure if they were meant to be there. The embarrassment? Chef's kiss, Hollywood level. And the whispers began almost instantly. People inside the party, actual Hollywood decision makers, producers, power players, were asking each other quietly,
"Go to war with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Listen, I know if you guys heard. What's up, Sister Squad? How you doing?"
Who invited them? It was like a live-action mystery unfolding in real time. A-listers literally playing detective at Jeff Bezos's own mansion. Even Kris Jenner herself didn't seem to know how they got onto the guest list. And she handpicked every invitation. Oprah wasn't their +1, Gayle King was. So that theory died instantly. Organizers were scrambling trying to figure out if you can exactly tell former royals to leave, or if you politely pretend everything's normal. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan were overcompensating hard. Meghan pushing for photo ops, Harry handing out business cards like it was a startup mixer instead of a mega-exclusive party. And that's when the photos went up. The photos that changed everything. The photos that caused DEFCON-level chaos in Montecito.
The couple posed with the tennis legend, with Harry sporting a red poppy pin, seemingly to commemorate Remembrance Day events.
Harry looking glazed over, exhausted, nothing like the prince people remembered. Meghan looking stiff, uncomfortable, forcing herself into frames that did not want to include her. And just when you think the optics couldn't get worse, Harry wearing a Remembrance Day poppy to a Hollywood birthday party, it did not sit well with anyone, and things kept spiraling. The fallout from those photos wasn't just embarrassing, it was instant chaos. People close to Harry say he immediately realized how catastrophically bad the timing looked. A former soldier, a founder of the Invictus Games, someone who'd always taken Remembrance Day seriously, photographed looking rough at a Hollywood party while his father and brother stood in the rain, honoring fallen soldiers. He knew this was a PR nightmare before the internet even began roasting him. But Meghan, her reaction was on a whole different planet.
I would think, and I think this is also true, that people say the Kardashians don't want Harry and Meghan to overshadow them. Well, if you
Harry was panicking about optics, veterans, the military community turning on him, but Meghan was laser focused on one thing: her appearance in the photos, the angle, the stiff body language, the awkwardness with Kim Kardashian, the forced smile. Insiders say she was fuming, not just irritated, but genuinely furious that she didn't look California chic or effortlessly A-list the way she imagined she would. And that's when tensions between the two reportedly spiked. Harry was like, "This looks terrible for my military credibility," while Meghan was like, "This looks terrible for my image." Two different storms, same disaster. People inside the situation described heated conversations, not angry fights, just intense stress.
Prince Harry are embroiled in a furious all-out war with the Kardashians.
Harry wanted to focus on controlling the narrative. Meghan wanted the offending photos gone. Not later, immediately. And that's when she did something that set off a chain reaction no one was prepared for. She reached out directly, personally, to the Kardashian family. Not politely, not gently, but with the kind of tone that suggested she believed she had authority over what the Kardashians could post on their own platforms. It went over about as well as you'd expect. People close to Kris Jenner said she was genuinely shocked. Because let's be honest, Kris Jenner doesn't get told what to post. She spent decades building the most powerful family brand in the world. She runs empires. She negotiates with billion-dollar companies. She doesn't take direction from two people she barely knows who haven't proven themselves in Hollywood. But Meghan pushed anyway. She wanted the photos removed as if she had final approval rights, and that instantly rubbed Kris the wrong way. What made it even more awkward was that Meghan tried to lean on her former royal status, the status she left behind, as if it still held weight in Hollywood. But this town doesn't care about tiaras. It cares about relevance, influence, bankability, leverage. Meanwhile, Harry was taking a different approach. He tried to appeal to emotions, bringing up Remembrance Day, trying to frame the deletion as respectful, sensitive, appropriate. But people in Hollywood aren't dumb. They were like, "But if you cared that much, why were you at the party instead of the ceremony?" His argument fell flat, completely flat. And the damage control attempts, they made everything 10 times worse. Because when you try to quietly remove something from the internet, all you do is make the world want it more. The Kardashians deleting those pictures turned a minor problem into global gossip. Suddenly everyone was like, wait, why did they delete those? What happened behind the scenes? What went down at that party? And the narrative spun out of their control. Hollywood began whispering the thing nobody had fully said out loud before. Harry and Meghan are difficult to work with. And when that reputation sticks, oh, it spreads like wildfire in this town. Photographers started talking about restrictions, endless lists of banned angles, forbidden lighting, no-go poses. Stylists and publicists started sharing stories about Meghan's team insisting on approving guest lists, seating plans, conversation topics, even outfit colors at events before she'd agree to show up. People were exhausted. Hollywood just does not function like that. Collaboration works on trust, not micromanagement. And when enough creatives quietly say, no thanks, the whole industry notices. Some photographers reportedly started turning down jobs with the couple altogether, not publicly, but privately telling agents it wasn't worth the headache. That's when the Kardashian deletion became more than a PR issue. It became a symbol, a warning sign, proof that major power players didn't want the association. And it hit Meghan especially hard because she always saw herself fitting into elite circles. Beyoncé, major actors, global icons. But the reality at the party was nothing like she imagined. Established A-listers kept their distance. Not rudely, just strategically. No long chats, no posing together, no cozy moments, just polite smiles from afar. Even Beyoncé maintained careful separation the entire night. No selfies, no conversation, nothing that could suggest a close connection. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan were being treated like mid-tier guests, tolerated, not embraced. And Paris Hilton, she showed exactly why she's still respected in the industry. She built her brand from scratch, not from a title. She didn't force her way into frames. She didn't chase validation. She let her longevity speak for itself. The contrast with Meghan was painful. People in the industry began whispering. Hollywood already gave them a chance. They didn't understand the assignment. Sponsors noticed. Streaming platforms noticed. Producers noticed. And by the time those deleted photos started trending worldwide, the damage was done. They didn't just lose one connection. They lost access to an entire network, a web of opportunities that could have changed their careers, and all over a few photos that would have disappeared from the news cycle within days. If they hadn't demanded their removal, the gossip world saw it as the moment the illusion shattered. The moment it became clear that Harry and Meghan weren't rising in Hollywood, they were sinking. The craziest part of this whole meltdown is how fast everything spiraled once the photos came down. What should have been a forgettable party moment turned into a full-scale Hollywood crisis. And suddenly, Harry and Meghan weren't just dealing with a bad angle or an awkward smile. They were dealing with an industry industry quietly closing its doors on them, people inside Netflix started murmuring about frustration. Not hatred, not anger, just that quietly disappointed tone executives use when they realize a project isn't delivering. They expected groundbreaking content, powerful storytelling, something that justified the massive contract. Instead, they got constant micromanaging, endless approval requests, and content that audiences simply weren't connecting with. The excitement that once surrounded their names, gone, replaced by hesitation. Brand partnerships began slipping away too. Slowly at first, a scheduling conflict here, a creative redirection there, but insiders knew exactly what it meant. Companies didn't want the drama, the unpredictability, or the risk. In marketing, image is everything. And right now, Harry and Meghan's image was chaos. What made it even harsher was the financial pressure quietly building behind the scenes. Their Montecito mansion wasn't a cute little cottage. It was a multi-million-dollar machine that needed constant money to keep running staff, landscaping, security, maintenance. All of it required funding that wasn't pouring in the way it used to. They expected to slide effortlessly into Hollywood's elite. Instead, they were stuck in a costly lifestyle with shrinking opportunities. And while all of this was happening, social media engagement collapsed. Remember when anything Meghan did would break the internet? Now posts about them barely sparked conversation unless it was tied to some new controversy the public had simply moved on. Worse, they were tired. Tired of the drama, tired of the contradictions, tired of the narrative that never seemed to change. And that's why the Kardashian photo deletion became the defining moment. The moment everyone realized the Hollywood fairy tale wasn't happening. It wasn't destiny. It wasn't guaranteed. It wasn't even moving in the right direction. It was collapsing. One tiny set of party photos exposed everything. The insecurities, the misunderstandings, the misconceptions about power, influence, and relevance. They walked away from their old world hoping to build a new one, but now they're floating in between. Rejected by the establishment they left and not fully embraced by the industry they chased, the party ended. The photos disappeared, but the consequences, they're not going anywhere.